Ever handled a rifle so streamlined, so purpose-built, that it makes you wonder why every other long gun in your safe feels like it's made of lead and gilt? Survival rifles have evolved far past the rusty truck guns and Boy Scout campfire props. Today's best survival rifles don't just shoot, they fold, float, split apart, and disappear into a pack like a magician's deck of cards. And they're not just for fun anymore. With the world on edge in 2025 and space in your pack at a premium, these rifles are more than cool gear, they're legit survival tools. Whether you're hiking out of a disaster zone, setting traps in the backwoods, or just want a rifle that can take a beating without crying about it, we've rounded up 10 of the most practical, portable, and tough as nails survival rifles you can get your hands on. We're ranking them based on how easily they break down, how simple they are to clean in the field, what kind of ammunition they can digest, how reliable they are in foul conditions, and how straight they shoot when it matters most. So strap in. We're starting with solid picks and climbing all the way to rifles that border on perfection. Bonus? A couple of them cost less than filling up your tank in California. Number 10. Chiapa MSA. The Chiapa MSA is one of those rifles that turns heads and sparks conversation, sometimes out of fascination, sometimes out of confusion. It feels like Chiapa looked at the old Air Force survival carbine and said, "Let's rebuild it for the 21st century and make it weird." This is a double-barreled break-action rifle, stacking either a .22 long rifle or a .22 Magnum up top with a 410-bore shotgun barrel underneath. And if that's not enough flexibility, you can slide in X-caliber adapters to run even more calibers. The entire setup folds flat and weighs just under 6 pounds, making it easy to stash in a pack or behind a seat without drawing attention. On paper, it's genius. In the real world, it's a mixed bag. The design is rugged, sure, but the trigger feels like squeezing a crowbar, and the sights leave plenty to be desired. Accuracy? That depends on your patience and trigger control. It's not for everyone, it's more of a backup for your backup or a specialty tool for someone who already knows how to run quirky gear. Not tactical, not fast, but when options run thin, this gun has your back. Number 9. Savage Model 42 Takedown. If you want a no-nonsense survival gun that skips the gimmicks and just works, the Savage Model 42 Takedown delivers. It's a simple over-under break-action combo gun with a .22 long rifle or .22 Magnum barrel over a 410-bore shotgun. One press of a button, and the rifle splits in half for easy storage and carry. Weighing in at just under 6 pounds, it sports durable synthetic furniture that shrugs off rain, mud, and drops. It's clearly built for folks who spend time off-grid, whether that's deep woods hunting or bug-out prepping. Accuracy from the rifle barrel is surprisingly good, and while the shotgun barrel won't bag you a turkey at 50 yards, it'll certainly handle rabbits, grouse, or even a snake if things get sketchy. This isn't a range toy or collector piece, it's made for real-life scenarios. With fewer parts than most semi-autos, maintenance is a breeze. The Model 42 doesn't pretend to be flashy, it's the quiet workhorse that always shows up. Kind of like that old-timer at the gun club who's seen it all and just keeps hitting bullseyes. Number 8. Steyr Scout. The Steyr Scout doesn't scream survival rifle, but it absolutely earns a spot at the table. Born from Jeff Cooper's dream of the ideal general-purpose rifle, this bolt-action rifle, chambered in .308 Winchester, blends lightweight build with battlefield-grade versatility. It's got a built-in bipod, an integrated scope rail, and a spare magazine tucked into the stock like a hidden ace. At about 6.5 pounds and just under 40 inches long, it's longer than others on this list, But what you get in return is serious firepower and reach. Chambered in .308, it can drop game or threats at long distances, two-legged or four. Accuracy is top tier, as you'd expect from a rifle with a price tag north of $1,700. The bolt glides like it's riding on oil, and groupings are consistently tight. Sure, it's overkill for casual plinking or small game, but if you're planning to cover ground, protect a camp, or make precision hits when it counts, the Stayer Scout is more than ready. It's the rifle you buy not just to survive, but to dominate. Whether or not you ever leave your state, it still makes you feel like you could walk cross-country and feed yourself the whole way. Number 7. Browning BLR Takedown. Elegance isn't usually the first thing that comes to mind when talking about survival rifles, but the Browning BLR Takedown changes that. This lever-action rifle breaks apart in seconds, holds its zero beautifully, and does it all without sacrificing performance or style. That's rare. Available in serious calibers like .308 Winchester, .243 Winchester, and even .450 Marlin for big game, the BLR gives you real stopping power in a packable setup. It's got a detachable box magazine, uncommon for lever guns, and an aluminum receiver to keep weight down to around 6.8 pounds. It cycles smooth, triggers crisp, and accuracy is impressive for a takedown platform. Whether you're chasing elk, prepping for a bad winter, or just want a lever rifle with modern brains, the BLR checks every box. This isn't some dusty cowboy relic. It's a 21st century lever action for shooters who demand rugged function with a touch of finesse. Survival doesn't have to mean ugly, and the BLR proves it. Number 6. Appalachian Scout. This rifle earns its place on the list not because of a flashy brand label, but because it comes from the skilled hands at Dove Custom Guns. The Appalachian Scout isn't churned out by a big-name company. It's a carefully built piece of craftsmanship that marries timeless lever-action aesthetics with practical upgrades for the modern shooter. At first glance, it could pass for a rifle straight out of a frontier saddle scabbard. But under that classic exterior is a seriously capable platform. Chambered in .357 Magnum, it also cycles .38 Special with ease, giving you flexibility in both recoil and ammo sourcing. It's topped with a Scout-style optics rail, features rugged ghost ring sights, a threaded muzzle ready for a suppressor, and the lever loop wrapped in paracord that feels great in the hand, especially under stress. It may not come apart like a takedown, but its short overall length and nimble handling make it perfect for a pack or sling carry. Weather? Terrain? Doesn't matter, this thing runs smooth in rain, grit, or snow. Every part of it screams quality, though that handcrafted attention comes at a premium and in limited quantities. It feels like a gun passed down from your granddad. But make no mistake, it's purpose-built for today's survivalist. Just holding it makes you feel more prepared for whatever comes next. Number 5. Ruger 1022 Takedown. Few rifles have earned the trust of the prepping crowd like the legendary Ruger 1022, and the Takedown model takes that legacy and makes it backpack ready. Built to perform without fuss, this rimfire classic breaks down in seconds. Just flip a lever, twist, and you've got two compact pieces that fit in almost any day pack. Weighing slightly over 5 pounds and chambered in .22 long rifle, it's not meant to fend off hostiles. It's designed to quietly put food on the fire. With a 10-round rotary magazine, simple blowback action, and outstanding aftermarket support, this little rifle has punched far above its weight for decades. The trigger is crisp, the accuracy is tight for a rimfire, and it's incredibly easy to upgrade or accessorize. Want to add a scope? A suppressor? Change the stock? No problem. Field stripping takes seconds, and with so few parts, you're unlikely to lose anything in the woods. When you're living out of a rucksack, reliability and simplicity become currency, and the 10-22 Takedown pays in spades. This is the gold standard of small caliber survival rifles. Flashier guns might grab your attention, but this one quietly earns its place every single time. Number 4. Henry AR-7. Originally built for pilots who had no room for error, the Henry AR-7 is the kind of rifle you pack when you can't afford to carry anything extra. Born in the 1950s for the United States Air Force, this compact rifle was purpose-built to keep you alive in the wild until rescue showed up. Chambered in .22 long rifle and weighing a mere 3.5 pounds, it's a minimalist's dream. Every part, barrel, receiver, and magazines tucks neatly into the hollow stock, which not only floats but seals out water and grime. With no tools needed, you can have it fully assembled and ready in under 60 seconds. Accuracy is respectable out to 50 yards, which is more than enough for rabbits, squirrels, or even defense if you're backed into a corner. It's not a rifle for high-volume shooting, but when your only concern is surviving in remote wilderness, it shines. The design has barely changed in over half a century, and for good reason. It just works. Maintenance is a breeze, and its ultra-compact footprint makes it ideal for go bags, boats, or aircraft kits. The AR-7 isn't tactical, it's essential. In those desperate, muddy, cold, or waterlogged moments, it's the rifle you'll be glad you brought. Number 3. Keltech Sub2000 Gen 3. If there's a carbine that feels like it was engineered by someone who actually understands backpack survival, it's the Keltech Sub2000 3rd generation. Folding neatly in half at the barrel, this pistol-caliber rifle disappears into a bag without a fight and weighs just over 4 pounds. It's available in either 9mm or 40 Smith & Wesson. And the real magic is in its magazine compatibility, matching up with Glock, SIG, or other common pistol mags, depending on the variant you choose. That means your sidearm and your rifle can run on the same fuel, which simplifies your logistics in a serious way. Barrel length sits at 16.25 inches, giving your pistol ammo a little extra velocity, while keeping recoil manageable thanks to the updated Gen 3 internals. The newer model also supports M-Loki attachments and optics mounts that stay zeroed even after folding. Accuracy is surprisingly good for a blowback platform, especially inside 100 yards. This isn't a rifle built for elegance, it's designed to work, full stop. Maintenance is straightforward, and while it may not impress your traditionalist friends, its utility speaks volumes. Think of it like that one weird-looking tool in your garage that always solves the problem. The Sub2000 Gen 3 doesn't just check boxes, it rewrites them. Number 2. TNW Aero Survival Rifle. Where the Kel-Tec folds like origami, the TNW Aero Survival Rifle charges forward with full-blown modular power. Think of it as the AR-15 of takedown carbines, only built with preppers and bush pilots in mind. This carbine embraces everything shooters love about the AR platform modular components. Easy to find parts and broad caliber selection, and packages it in a setup that can break down in moments without a single tool. It's available in common handgun calibers like 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 45 automatic Colt pistol, but also steps into the rifle realm with offerings in 223 Remington and 300 Blackout. You can swap barrels fast, and it takes Glock pattern magazines, meaning parts and ammo logistics are smooth and simple. The Aero's takedown process is brilliantly efficient. Barrel, upper, and bolt separate into compact, portable modules in under a minute. Once packed, it can vanish into a messenger bag or tight compartment, then reassemble quickly when needed. On the range or in the wild, it delivers low recoil and reliable function, maintaining solid 2 minutes of angle performance with the right ammunition. You'll pay more upfront, but what you get in return is a rugged, aircraft-grade aluminum frame, ambidextrous controls, and the ability to switch calibers depending on your situation. Rain, sand, or slush won't slow it down, and cleanup is simple even after hard field use. This isn't your plinking rifle. It's built for variable threats, unpredictable terrain, and long-haul survival. If Jason Bourne had to live out of a go bag, the Aero Survival Rifle is what he'd keep wrapped in an oilcloth under the floorboards. Number 1. Chiapa Little Badger. At the top of the list sits a rifle so minimal, it's almost absurd, and that's what makes it brilliant. The Chiapa Little Badger doesn't win awards for speed or firepower, but when it comes to bare-bones reliability and featherweight portability, it absolutely dominates. This is the rifle you stash in your pack and forget about until the day you need to hunt, defend, or survive, and it becomes your best friend. Weighing just under 3 pounds and folding to only a little over 17 inches, it's one of the most compact firearms on Earth that still qualifies as a rifle. It runs a basic single-shot action and is chambered in 22 long rifle, perfect for carrying a serious volume of ammo without adding weight. The skeletal steel frame looks like it came off a Mad Max movie set, but it's tougher than it appears and holds up well in real-world abuse. Accuracy is surprisingly respectable thanks to a decent barrel and built-in sights, and it features Picatinny rails if you feel like dressing it up with an optic or flashlight. There's even a smart little storage slot in the stock to hold extra rounds. This rifle isn't about flash or fire rate, it's about having something that will always go bang when you need it to. It forces discipline and shot placement, which might not be flashy, but it's the exact skill set survival demands. If you had to walk away from civilization with only what you could carry, and weight was your biggest enemy, the Little Badger is what you'd want in your hands. No glamour, no nonsense, just a rifle that delivers when everything else is stripped away. Closing thoughts. A proper survival rifle isn't about the latest tactical attachments or how much you shelled out for it. It's about whether that rifle still works when the grid fails, the sky turns gray, and there's no one coming to help. Whether you're trying to keep food in the pot, make it to the next state line, or just keep a low profile while staying prepared, every firearm on this list has something real to offer. Some shooters want the flexibility of a caliber-changing carbine. Others just want a basic, dead simple rifle they can rely on when everything else has failed. And that's the beauty of this lineup, no gimmicks, just rifles that earn their keep. So now, it's your turn. Drop your pick in the comments. Which one of these rifles would you trust when it counts? Or is there one you wouldn't touch, even if someone handed you free ammo? Let's hear it. I read every comment, even the ones where folks try to explain how a .22 long rifle is deadlier than a .308 with good shot placement. And before you head out, tap that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with someone who still thinks a chrome-plated AR is a survival rifle. Support your local animal shelters, get to the range often, and for the love of all that's holy, recycle your brass. I'll see you next time. Until then, carry something that actually works.